That was good. That was fun.
Dude, that's long.
It was long.
Fuck.
That was long.
Did I hit record? Oh, just kidding. Just kidding. You're going to be like, fuck.
I was like, fuck.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Episode 9.
Episode 9, everybody. Welcome to episode 9. The thing with two heads. It's a scorcher today.
Ooh, dude, tell me about it. And then, of course, I was burning up, so I had to stop at my favorite. Not for food, but to get me a soda.
Get your McDonald's Diet Coke. Gotta have that.
Get my big soda going.
It's a scorcher today, everybody, and welcome back to the show. Welcome, part 2 of James Jude Courtney. As of this taping, it's, I believe, 109 degrees in my backyard.
See, I was about to say, I'm sure it's hotter where you're at than because you're in the valley.
It's 109 degrees back there.
Here. It's like 100.
Tomorrow, it's supposed to be 114.
No shit.
I'm not kidding you.
I'm staying in the house with the AC on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have a swimming pool, and even that is like, because of my fair pink baby mouse-like skin, I can't handle it. So it's a scorcher out there, everybody. But welcome to part 2 of James Jude Courtney, and we have a lot to do today, don't we, Sean?
Yeah. Well, I've gotten questions, and I might as well kind of run this down for everybody. People have been asking me kind of how we record the show, because you'll see maybe we're wearing different shirts before the actual interview. Well, the way I do it is I've been compiling interviews. We do interviews when we can. Obviously we're doing them with people that have schedules and lives. So we try to compile the interviews, and then I have to edit them. It takes time. Once that's ready, Chris and I will record a new intro, which will be more current stuff. We recorded the James Jude Courtney interview a few weeks ago. Today is a Saturday, and this episode will air on Wednesday. So I have to take this footage, edit it into the James Jude Courtney thing, and have it ready for Wednesday. Because we're trying to drop new episodes each Wednesday. We're trying to stay consistent. And so far, so good. It depends on how crazy and creative I get with the editing is how long it takes for me to do it. So yeah, today, freaking scorcher. I'm wearing my, this is a $8, $7.98 t-shirt from Walmart, Jaws. Walmart's been having some cool shirts, man. I don't go to Walmart, but I see people online go, dude, Halloween shirt, Josh shirt, Walmart, $7. I'm like, why not? I mean, this is a good shirt, $7.
Yeah. This I got a long time ago. This is old. This shirt, my thing shirt.
I like how simple it is.
I'm a simple guy, and I like simple things. And I love today. I got I'm knowing we were going to record today. I was like, it feels like a thing day. I was going to put on Halloween because it's part 2 of James, but I was like, nah, it feels like a thing day. I'm wearing the thing today. So there you go.
Let's see. Mike said,
Mike
S. Mike S. said, while I believe despite Adrienne's ample assets, beautiful face, etc., she was and is a genuine person, classy, and a deep thinker, which turned out to make her appear even more sexy than just some no-brain bimbo type, in which Adrienne was the absolute antithesis. That said, my horny teenage friends and I used the nickname Adrienne Barbell for obvious reasons back in the day. Wink. I just think Adrienne was and is a great all-around definition of a real woman. So basically we just got like a horny guy comment.
That was a horny guy trying to class it up a little.
Yeah.
Trying to class it. But thank you for that. Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree.
Todd Fair said, which movie is worse, Halloween 2018 or Halloween 2 from 1981? Now, I don't get this question. I don't know if this is trying to be funny. Because they're both great movies, so I don't know where he's going with this, but I will tell you this, Todd. Not in this episode, but coming soon, we are going to have Zach Myers from Shinedown on the show, and we all three are going to rank the Halloween movies from best to worst. So stay tuned, and you will get the answer to that question from all three of us.
From all three of us. We're going to have a big conversation with Mr. Zach Myers.
It's going to be a big Halloween circle jerk.
That's right. That's right. Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Snap into it. All right. Max Mercury. This is the last one.
That's an awesome name.
Max Mercury says, is there any reason Stevie Wayne couldn't appear in another horror movie? It wouldn't have to have anything to do with The Fog, wouldn't have to be a sequel to The Fog, just Stevie Wayne being Stevie Wayne and adding her unique quality. But, I thought about this after our interview with Adrienne Barbeau. She actually kind of did reprise the role of Stevie Wayne in Tales of Halloween. Because she was the DJ voice that was the through line in the film. Right.
I would watch a Stevie Wayne TV series.
Yeah. So technically, I've been in a movie with Adrienne Barbeau because I was in Halloween.
There you go.
There you go. That's it. That's all I got.
And done. So, yes, I would watch a Stevie Wayne television series.
I would
watch that. Wouldn't that be great? Doesn't even have to have fog or scariness to it.
It could just be her warning people of shit. There's a killer in the back seat of your car. Get out of the car. She could just always be on the radio.
Lighthouse.
Always from the light. She never leaves the lighthouse.
Never.
Yeah.
That's one set. It's a cheap show to do.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. So last night I got home and I went on Facebook and I saw somebody posting about that Big Lots has these.
Ooh.
For $12.99, they're LED. Wow. The ghost one changes color.
Wow.
Put it over here. So it's not me. Actually, I'll turn.
That's a good one.
See, look, it changes color.
Oh, wow.
It's only $12.99.
What?
At Big Lots. And I don't go to Big Lots. So
I don't think I've ever been to a Big Lot, but I would go for that. And that.
$12.99. This one doesn't change color.
Oh, I know where I'm going today.
Yeah, $12.99.
All right.
So, because I love the old blow mold decorations. Yeah. I got a bunch of the original ones. I ended up going to Big Lots to get those and ended up spending $150 on all kinds of Halloween decorations.
Sure.
I bought a bunch of Big Lots had some good shit this year. I'm impressed.
Wow. I'm gonna hit up the Big Lots then.
Yeah. That's my recommendation. So let's also talk a little bit about our next episode. Because when this is airing, people are going to want to know, what's next, guys? Well, we're going to start a new kind of, this isn't going to be in everything. We're going to be doing our normal interview stuff. But this, we're going to start doing, because fans have requested it.
That's right. It's not something that I'm really into doing, but we've been requested to do it. So what are we doing?
And we're going to be doing more of it. I already have a few lined up. I'll tell you about it. But ranking the franchises. And we started, of course, the biggest one. Everybody wants to hear what we think of the Halloween franchise. And boy, you're going to find out. For better or for worse.
We recorded that. And
done.
And who is it that, should we announce who it is that we're doing it with?
Feel free.
We're doing it with Mr. Zach Myers. From
what was that?
That was my cat floating.
I looked away for a second and I saw something pulled out of frame.
That was my cat floating in the air. Zach Myers, a guitarist from Shinedown, is going to be joining us for the whole time. Zach is a huge Halloween fan aficionado.
Massive.
And he joined us for a really long session, and we had the best time and laughed so hard and really got into it, and he was great. So he's joining us on the next episode or two. I think we might be splitting two.
I think we're going to have to break it up into two.
You got to break it into two.
It's like, well, that's another question I'd like to ask you guys. How do you feel about that? We've been going back and forth. Are episodes too long? Are they too short? We were kind of feeling they were maybe too long, but then we started getting comments from people saying they're too short. I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like the hour, just a little above an hour, is a good running time. I don't know. You guys let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know, because we're putting that together. Sean's putting that together, and it's good. And we rank the Halloween franchise from 78 all the way up to 2018, and There are a lot of opinions and a lot of jaw dropping in this episode. It's pretty good, and it's good stuff. So tune in for that.
We did go see the new Bill and Ted. I didn't love it the first time I saw it. I watched it again when I got home, where I could see it better and hear it better, and I enjoyed it more on second viewing.
Mm-hmm. You were distracted at the drive-in.
Well, there was also this guy right in front of us that had his brake lights on almost the entire movie.
It was driving us nuts, especially you. It was driving you nuts.
And the reason I didn't get out and yell at him is because I think it was the director of the film.
I think so too. Yeah. I almost did it. I almost walked up, knocked on the window and went, dude, with the fucking brake lights, turn them off. They're right in my face for the half the movie. What was weird is like the first half of the movie, they were fine. We went to the Mission Tiki Drive-In Theater. It was fun. We went and had barbecue. Well, we went record shopping.
Yeah, record shopping.
Records.
Which we'll talk about.
Then we went and had amazing barbecue at, was it Joey's?
Joey's Barbecue in Claremont?
Claremont or
Amazing.
Claremont.
I think it's
Joey's
Claremont.
Barbecue. It was so good. We sat outside. It was lovely. It was a lovely day. And then we went to the drive-in. We got good placement. We were in there early. They showed the first Bill and Ted, which was always fun to see, even though we've seen it a billion times. And then I had a hot flash.
Yeah, it was weird.
Because apparently I'm going through menopause.
Yeah.
It happened. But I suddenly, I think it might have been the sodium in the barbecue, like the meat, because I don't eat a lot of red meat. And so I had a big giant hunk of red meat at the barbecue. And so I think my sodium level went through. I almost had a heart attack. I swear to God, I was this close, Sean. I was this close from going, I think I might need to go to the hospital. Like I was this close. Like I thought I was going to die. I got so hot and I was dripping wet. And I sat through the first movie just like holding it, like just going. And then I just remember like towards the end of the first movie, I went, I got to go to the bathroom. I got to get out of here. I had to get out of the car and like get some air and go and I got a bottle of cold water. Putting it on my neck and on my wrists and shit. I don't know what the hell happened, man. I was losing my mind.
Yeah, that
was embarrassing. And you kept going, are you okay?
and then I was like, yeah, I mean, that was also a little distracting as well.
A little bit. Then we got to watch the new one. And it was fun. It was entertaining. I wasn't crazy about it, to be honest with you.
I wasn't either at first. I enjoyed it. I love Dennis the Robot. It's the best thing in the movie.
Yeah.
I think my biggest criticism and what I've heard a lot of people saying is that Keanu, I don't know if that's a conscious choice, the way he played the character, but Alex Winter nailed it. Was exact. Yeah. But Keanu seemed like he didn't know how to play the character anymore. It was, you know how Keanu always has this kind of look of wonderment all the time and like, whoa.
That's gone.
It's gone. And it's like this look of confusion constantly.
Yeah. Very serious.
Oh, yeah.
It felt like I was watching John Wick do Bill and Ted, like it.
Yeah.
Because I'm such a huge John Wick fan.
Me
Maybe
too,
that's what it is. But I'm like, I don't, what's he doing?
I don't know.
God bless him. I like Keanu Reeves, but
yeah, me too. And that really took me out of the movie, the way he was playing it. But yeah, we went record shopping beforehand. We went to Rhino Records, and we're going to share with you some of the stuff we got. What did you pick up that day?
What did I get? Yeah. I was all over the place that day because I was so excited to be in Rhino, and I knew that we were kind of limited in time, ish. Yeah. So I was all over the place grabbing stuff because I have a list of vinyl that Stephanie and I have made over a while. That I have a list, like
the things you're looking for.
Stuff I'm looking for, stuff I just want to get. It doesn't have to be original stuff, just records I would like to, albums. So I got, here's my first one I got Devo. I got some
You
Devo.
picked that up that day?
I did.
Oh, is that the one that has the poster in it?
Yeah, this is the yeah.
What's funny is I saw a guy looking at that. And he opened it up and pulled the poster out and he put it back, and I walked away and I came back to look for it and it was gone. You had it?
I had it.
That's funny. I was like, fuck, he bought that.
Yeah, I got the Devo.
Because I couldn't remember if mine had the poster in it or not.
This has the poster in it.
Yep.
I also got the Ramones, Road to Ruin.
Nice.
Gotta have. I love me some Ramones, man. Love me some Ramones. I got me some Beastie Boys, Paul's Boutique.
Their best record, in my opinion.
It's amazing record. So
Yeah.
Beastie Boys, Paul. I also got the Beatles. I got me some Beatles. Please, please me. I like early Beatles a lot. I like all Beatles, but for whatever reason, I love early Beatles. I have a thing. I got me Miles Davis. Kind of Blue. You got to have that. Why I don't already own it, I don't know. I got the Christine soundtrack.
I own that. Yeah.
Which is that's a gooder. I got Ray Charles. What I'd say, some early Ray Charles. I love.
You are all over the place.
All over the place, man.
Which is cool. I mean, shows you have variety of things.
And I also got a good friend of mine picked up something for me. Which I love. I got me some.
Oh wow! Look at that!
Right,
and it's
signed Coupe de Ville's record from Nick Castle.
Wow!
There, look at that.
Yeah.
So,
gee, somebody must be really like you.
He. I guess so. I guess so. But yeah, I got me Coupe de Ville's, John Carpenter, Nick Castle, Tommy Lee Wallace. I don't think there's a lot of these made, are there? How many?
150.
150.
That's it.
And I got me one signed by Nick Castle from my good buddy Sean Clark, right there. Everybody who's so
I mean,
those are my record finds this week.
I had help from Nick, obviously.
Yeah,
it was his copy, so it's a dual gift from Nick and I.
That's pretty great. Thank you.
So I picked up some stuff at Rhino as well.
Let's see it.
I got a sealed copy of Get Crazy soundtrack. Sealed. Haven't opened it yet. You know, it's got Sparks and Ramones and Lou Reed and Marshall Crenshaw, even a song from Malcolm McDowell.
That's got to be a gooder.
I picked up, this is my favorite Gary Newman album, The Pleasure Principle, and this is a special edition of like first recordings. It's demos, some like outtakes, BBC session tapes. I picked that up.
That's really his best album.
It is.
I mean,
I picked up this sealed copy. That's like, I got home with this and Nay was like, you really need another copy of that album? A sealed copy of Motley Crue's Too Fast for Love, the Electro version. But what makes this special is, if you can see right there, it's the Columbia House edition. And I know you're like, but I'm that nerdy. I need a Columbia House edition is rare because those are the ones, if you were a part of the Columbia House club, that you'd get them directly from them. So it's a special pressing, I guess.
That's pretty cool.
But then the following Friday was record store day. So I went to Port of Sound and Costa Mesa because they had a couple record store day specials that came out that were limited ones. Ace Frehley's Trouble Walking.
Nice.
Picked that up. I also picked up, they had a special
because he is trouble walking.
He has trouble walking.
He has trouble walking.
Ace has trouble walking. I got, they had a special record day edition Army of Darkness.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Picked that up. And then I ran across the street to Target because I've gone to like 8 Targets trying to find this Best of the Go-Go's.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
And it's on sea glass colored vinyl.
Oh, very cool.
I was a little disappointed that I thought that their new song Club Zero was going to be on this, but
no. That's an older greatest hits.
I mean, it might be an older greatest hits, but Target just released it as exclusive colored vinyl.
Oh, okay.
Then yesterday,
Jesus.
I went to some antique stores. You can see I have a new little guy right there from the 80s, the Motionette Frankenstein. Yeah. I replaced my Hostess lamp with that guy. He's a little more fitting. But I went by Mr. C's Records in Orange, and I picked up Piranha soundtrack.
That's a good one.
But got home and realized I already own it. So I have an extra Piranha soundtrack.
Well, you'll just have to give it to me.
Or it'll be in my next auction. We'll see.
Oh, fine. Oh, okay. I didn't want it. See, I can't even get free ship from. Actually, I did get free ship from you, so never mind. I got something else.
What'd you get?
I got my mask. My mummy. Look.
Yeah, bring them forward.
Finish. I did. I did. I sculpted and made my new mask, my mummy mask.
That is cool.
Man, this is the black and gray, kind of grayish version. It glows in the dark.
I saw that. That's cool.
And it's super cool. I've already sold this.
Oh, nice.
I've sold like 2 of them already, and I'm super excited.
That's cool.
But
can you say what you're selling them for? Is there a set price, or are you just people?
I'd rather not. If you're interested, hit me up.
Yeah.
And I'll let
you know. Best $50 that guy's ever spent.
But yeah, all sculpted by me, painted by me, and I'm super excited. It's super fun. I'm doing more masks now, but this one's the first one I just finished recently, and I'm excited. So he's gonna live here. This guy's going somewhere. This guy's going to Ohio. Another guy, the other one went to Illinois. The other one was the green purpley one, the Halloween painted one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I love the design.
Thanks. It was supposed to be like kind of old school 60s haunted mansion-y kind of vibe. So
I picked up one other thing.
What'd you get?
Got the new Oliver Stone book, Chasing Light.
I heard about that.
Got the signed edition.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. I don't know about that guy.
I'm interested in reading this because he's an odd dude.
He's an odd dude. I'm on the fence about him.
I mean, I'm a fan of his work. I mean, I love Wall Street. I love
Platoon.
I love his writing. Midnight Express is one of
Midnight
my
Express
favorites.
is one of my favorites.
Yeah. So we'll see. And of course, he wrote Scarface too, right?
Are you going to read that? Or is it going to sit?
Eventually, I will. Yes, eventually I will. I'm getting a lot of people asking me where they can send us questions because, I think some people are like, well, you're asking questions of Nick Castle and Adrian Barbeau, and how do I participate? The best thing to do, as I would say, on our current episode, whatever our most current episode is, if you leave a comment or a question on our most current episode, then
we'll get to it on the next one.
Exactly. This guy, Bob Hood, actually sent me the question on my Facebook page, which you can do also, I guess. He said, Chris was talking about George Romero's The Living Dead book. Have either of you read zombie book Day by Day Armageddon? And if so, what did you think?
I have not. I haven't read that. I haven't even heard of it. I would like to. I will look into it.
This is the first I've heard of it as well. So, Bob, no, we have not.
No, we have not.
Feel free to send Chris a copy.
Send me a copy and I'll read it and give you my review. I'll look into it. I like me a good book, man. I'm a book guy.
Boogeyman Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Another fantastic episode. James Jude Courtney is on my bucket list of horror celebrities to meet. His portrayal of the Shape is amazing in Halloween 2018. Wow. I know he mentioned during the episode that his primary reference for how to play the character was taking inspiration from Nick Castle. It makes total sense since this was omitting the other sequels. But there was one part of the film where I felt he had moves of Dick Warlock, my favorite Myers performance. And it was during the long continuous shot where Michael goes from one house to the other, causing carnage. That is my favorite scene in the film. Hats off to you both. You guys are the best. Looking forward to part 2 of Mr. Courtney's episode. So no question, just the comment that he likes James' work.
I'm sure James appreciates it, Ben. And thank you for watching. And you're about to see part 2.
And I'm sure Dick doesn't appreciate it because you said you like Dick Warlock better.
Wow. Well, people are always on the fence, man. Nick or Dick? What do you like better? Nick
do you like Dick? The Nick or do you like the Dick?
Do you like Nick or do you like Dick? All right, moving on.
Yeah. Sawyer Smoke. Smoke. S-M-O-A-K. Smoke. Question for Chris, if it hasn't been discussed already. When you were designing the hero mask for Halloween 2018, did you have a specific image you were going for, or did it morph into something completely different from what you originally had in mind?
Wow, that's a good question. Thank you, Mr. Smoke.
I actually kind of know the answer to this.
Do you? You tell me the answer then.
Well, you sent me a picture of you sculpting, and there was a particular picture sitting there that you were looking at while you were doing it. But you tell me what
it was. A combo. I had a vision in my head. I had a look. You know, like I always say, you start out with a vision and a thought and an idea, and then, you know, in a film, director has a vision and producers have a vision, and you have your vision, and so you all try to come together and find a common ground to make that stew taste good with all those different ingredients. And so I had a thought about what it should look like. I purposely did want it to look kind of, I mean, I certainly wanted to look as close to the original as I could, but taking into account the context of the story. And I also like the idea of it kind of morphing between part 1 and part 2, because I like the way it looks in part 2 on Dick, and I like the way it looks on Nick. But it was kind of that idea, and I knew that I was going to make it change kind of slightly throughout the filming, because it was my attempt of going, you know, back when the original came out, you didn't know anything about it. You didn't know where that mask came from or how it was made or who was in it, or you didn't know anything. And that's added to the mystery of it all. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves about movies nowadays is, you know, who made it, how they made it. It's all behind the scenes, who's in it. There's interviews. There's you know, too much information. So I wanted to constantly change the look of it throughout the film a little bit. So you still had a subliminal, ever morphing look to it that you could somehow maybe project what you're feeling or thinking or seeing onto it, like a screen. So I don't know if I really accomplished that, unfortunately, but I tried. And so
I think you did, because it's made all the Myers nerds go crazy debating over, well, that's just light and shadow, and he did this, and that's a different mask, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. We changed it to, you know, Michael Simmons, the amazing director of photography. You know, we owe a lot to that guy for making that mask look like what it looked like on screen, and changing too. You know, we talked about let's change it here, let's change it there, let's put some, you know, so we just wanted it to kind of morph but still have some kind of solid foundation to it. So yeah, I had a vision, but then it, you know, it did kind of take a lot on a life of its own based on notes and things like that, and also how we shot. So hopefully that answers your question.
Andrew Thompson said, another cracking episode, guys. I honestly can't wait until the next one. Just the most entertaining podcast around. Whoa, this is a long one. I know you both often have stories about cinema assholes, which here in the UK I've never had. That's because people in the UK, Brits, are polite, unlike Americans.
Yeah.
Americans are assholes.
Yeah.
However, on my first visit to the States in 2002, I was in Florida, and one day the heat was so unbearable that my wife and I decided to have some time out of the sun and go see a movie in a nice big air-conditioned cinema. I think this is going to go sour. That movie was Panic Room, which I was really stoked about seeing early, as it wasn't due out in the UK for a while. I just wasn't prepared for the US cinema experience of clapping and shouting when a great scene was happening. I was literally like, what the fuck is all this about? It really did sour my first big US cinema outing. A few nights later, we decided to go see Jason X on opening night, thinking our first experience might just have been a one-off. Boy, were we wrong. It was even friggin' worse. Anyhow, on our final cinema of that visit, we saw The Rookie with Dennis Quaid in a small cinema. And in celebration to our surprise, people didn't shout and clap. They just enjoyed the movie as we did.
Well, it's The Rookie. What are you going to show?
Third time lucky's a charm. Keep up the great work. Yeah, so in short, Americans are obnoxious entitled douchebags.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know this, but, you know, when you're in the States and you're going movie going, there are different types of theaters you can go to. Like me personally, I call me a snob, whatever the fuck you want to call me, I don't care. But I like to go to movie theaters that are catered to movie goers and people that love movies. So you tend to get a crowd that doesn't talk or clap or phone or this and that. One, you know, two theaters come to mind is Alamo Drafthouse, which is very strict on that kind of stuff, and also it's a great chain theater, and the ArcLight theater.
I knew those were the two you were going to say.
Yeah. So you go to those two theaters and you get much, much less of that stuff. If you go to an AMC theater or I don't know. I don't even know what the other ones are.
Regal.
I would never Regal. I wouldn't be caught dead in one of those theaters.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't go because I would lose my mind.
Here in Orange County, I don't have the luxury of Alamo or ArcLight. I'd have to drive up to LA for that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There is a new, it's called Cinepolis, which I think they have them in LA as well. What it is they have the big reclining chairs. They have people like the Alamo. They serve food.
Yeah. There's one in Pasadena.
Yeah. So the thing that's cool about that is it's really expensive. I mean, first off, like a movie ticket's like $25 a person or whatever. It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. But, you know, one row is like 8 people. And so I think the whole theater probably holds 60 people. I mean, so less chance of assholes. And usually somebody who's going to pay that much to go to a movie wants to enjoy it. And you're not going to deal with kids, teens that are just going to be stupid. Let's go to a movie, bro. You know? Yeah. So we tend to go to those.
Yeah, I'll pay the money. I'll pay that extra money for that. I think the Mission Tiki thing, people go there. They know most of those movies everyone has seen 1,000 times.
But they were doing it during the new Bill and Ted.
They were. That was just stupid. I don't know. People just need to be heard all the time. You know, they just. I guess. I don't know. That's another get off my lawn moment.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up and watch the movie. Eat your popcorn. It's my thing.
Around the Fur Breton says, this was the best episode to date. Wow. Simply amazing to hear all James' breakdown of his involvement into the franchise. That was so cool. And Sean's take on how he got Nick involved. James is one cool cat.
I'm sure James will appreciate that. And thank you for taking the time to the best show yet, huh?
That's what he said. Best show yet.
Wow.
The one you're about to watch now is going to be good. But I think the next one, the ranking one, is gonna either get us in trouble or
I'm over after the next one. I'm done.
Yeah. He's out of the business.
Out of the business. I'm gonna piss a lot of people off.
Variety headline: Academy Award-winning special effects artist kills career.
Kills career on shitty YouTube show.
The Boogeyman is coming, says. Oh boy. The show is great. Not nearly long enough, but still great. I relate a lot with Mr. Nelson. I have no free shit to send you, but if I could, I would.
Thanks, buddy.
So he relates. He doesn't get free shit.
Pay it forward, be kind. You know what I mean? I took my, not that I'm giving it to them, but I took, the Sugarmint Gallery that does the Haddonfield, Halloween art exhibit every September, October, and they're great people. Took my full-size Michael Myers display over there. I'm not charging them for it. I'm not, trying to get anything out of it. Just trying to pay it forward. Be nice people, fans, friends. We're all helping each other out.
Tom, Bennett,
how's it going, Tom?
Says, love the podcasts. I have some guest suggestions. Tommy Lee Wallace, Dick Warlock, John Carpenter, Jamie Lee Curtis, Tom Atkins, just to name a few. Love you guys. Keep up the good work. Never heard of any of those people, but I'll look into them.
I will look them up. I'm going to Google them.
I will Google them as well.
See if they're worthy of being on this. See if they're worthy of being on our Kraken show.
Yeah. Kraken show. Chris Snyder says, I have to say, I really enjoy your guys' show! ! You work so well with each other. The show itself is entertaining, informative, and passionate. Ooh. One of my favorite aspects is that is just chill and hanging out. Makes me feel like part of the show watching it. So thank you, Chris and Sean, for bringing us this show. Well, you know what? Thank you, Chris Snyder. And so what have you been up to, Chris Snyder? Trying to make him feel like he's part of the show.
No, I was listening to Chris Snyder talk. You asked him.
Was I talking over Chris Snyder? My bad.
You just interrupted him. He was just about to tell us. You asked him a question. He started responding, and you can't do that to Chris Snyder. Nobody does that to Chris Snyder. Nobody.
Live free or die.
Oh, he's back.
I'm surprised that your guys' numbers aren't higher.
Me too.
That's the
Yeah.
real Me Too movement.
Me too.
Me too. I'm sure that with time, horror fans will find you. Geek question. What was your favorite childhood toy or toys? Is there a toy out there that you want that you haven't gotten yet? Stay safe, guys. And you know I love the show.
First thing that comes to my mind, childhood toys were Mego figures. I loved all the Mego superhero and Kiss. You know, Mego did the first Kiss figures. I had those. I loved those Mego figures. I don't know why they seemed so magical to me. I think it was because they were the first superhero figures that you could ever get.
You
Really,
remember the first ones you saw, the ones that made you excited? Because I know there was the Planet of the Apes ones. There was all the superhero
I think
ones.
it was Batman, and they had a version where his mask came off.
Mm.
So I had that. It was Batman and Robin, you know, the Human Torch from Fantastic Four. Iron Man was a find. I loved all those Mego toys. I don't know why they just seem so magical to me. And the Kiss Mego and the $6 Million Man figure, which we talked. Oh, and the Evil Knievel.
Oh yeah.
You know, wind up thing. Those I was big into action. Still am into action figures, but that's where my head goes.
Is there anything that you're looking for that you'd like to add to the collection?
I would love to have all those Mego things. I don't have them.
You don't have any Amigos at all?
I have none. I'm not. Sean's like a collector. Sean's he's a professional collector. I would like to be in theory, but I'm always either talked out of it or or just don't have the room, or I don't know what, you know, I don't know, but I would like to get Mego stuff. I think that would make me happy. Yeah.
Okay.
How about you?
Boy, favorite toy, that's tough. I don't know if I could pin it down to a favorite. As far as ones I'm still looking for, there's always a bunch that I'm looking for. I wouldn't mind having a Stretch Armstrong in the box, an original. I mentioned I was looking for a Maskatron.
Oh, Maskatron.
I'd like to get a mint Maskatron.
I'd like
the
a
box.
Maskatron.
Oh, okay. Here's a couple I have been looking for. The original Tomy Tron light cycles. I have one. I don't remember which color. I think I have the red one. I'd have to go look, but I'm looking. They made 3 colors, and I do want to get all 3.
I used to be into this Japanese superhero show called Kikaider.
Oh yeah,
I love Kikaider. I'm actually going to make a Kikaider mask because I used to have these vinyl figures about that tall that from Japan of Kikaider and the villains and stuff. Those I wish I had too. Still, I love that. And you bring up Kikaider and nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about. And I have them on. I have the show on DVD. It was great. It was this guy who plays guitar and then he turns into Kikaider. You know, kind of along the lines of Ultraman and stuff. This was, you know, before Power Rangers, all that shit. So.
Yeah, I was a huge Shogun Warriors fan.
Oh yeah,
and I have almost all of them. I
really?
think I
had Mazinga. Is it Great Mazinga?
Yeah, I have all the big ones.
Yeah,
and because I believe there's 6 or 7 of the large ones. Well, then there's Godzilla and Rodan. I have those too. But there's a few specific ones I'm missing on the die-cast ones. I think I'm missing the Raiden 2-in-1 that changes. I have the Gaiking that changes into the skull. But yeah,
that's cool.
Dude,
I wouldn't mind those.
Like I said, I went where I picked up that guy. I went to these antique stores. I go to antique stores looking for old toys. And, you know, there were so many things yesterday I almost bought. Like, but do I need that? Do I have the space for that? Oh, what am I going to do with that? You know, like that guy was kind of an impulse buy. Right. And he's got a cool little background motion now while I'm talking. I got this little dude doing his thing.
That's good.
And there's one thing that did pop in my mind about a childhood toy. I would probably never buy it because it's ridiculous. Where would I put it? But one of my favorite things when I was a kid was, do you remember the Green Machine?
Yeah.
It was like a big wheel, but it didn't have a steering wheel. But it had levers. You
You
steered it
could
with the
go in
lever.
like a circle and stuff
Yeah,
on
you
it.
steered it with the levers because the back looked like this, and then you pull it and you could skid out and spin.
Yeah.
I love that
The
thing.
green machine and the big wheel. I could never have one for two reasons. A, we were too poor. And B, I was a giant, large child. And my friend had a big wheel, and I tried to ride his. I was so jealous, and I bottomed it out. Like I couldn't ride it because it dragged. I was a big kid. I was a big giant. I was husky.
Yeah.
So I couldn't have those, and I missed out on those. So
yeah, somehow I was able to swing a green machine, and I actually have a picture of me ruining it in the swimming pool when I'm like 6 years old. Like I pulled it into the swimming pool, and if you remember those big plastic wheels, they'd have holes in them, and they'd fill with water, and then you're totally screwed.
You're done. Yeah.
Anastasia Garrett says, "Love what you guys are doing. You're the three chords and the truth for horror fans."
Wow.
And there's something here for everyone. I've watched every episode, and I'm never disappointed. Thanks for bringing my smile back. I've missed it. I'm really hoping we get to hear the aggressive James story from the after hours party at Crypticon in Kansas City in part 2. Well, you're gonna get to hear it.
Did we cover that?
Yeah, it's in this.
Okay.
It's in the second part.
Okay, good. I don't remember doing it, but
we did.
Now I remember. Okay, good. Wow, Anastasia, that was really nice. That was really...
Yeah, I mean, guys, we joke around a lot, and we're silly guys, but when you guys say stuff like that, it really does mean a lot to us, and we appreciate it, and we're glad you're watching, and we appreciate you watching, and I'm grateful that we can bring a smile to someone's face. So.
Yeah, it really, I said that the other day when I was kind of reviewing the last episode and watching it, which is hard because I hate to see or hear myself, but reading the comments.
I actually put a piece of paper over your square when I'm watching.
You and everybody else who watches the show. But anyway, reading the comments, really, I said this the other night. Just the other night, I went, wow, I can't tell you how happy it makes me to read these nice comments and the little bit of joy or happiness that we bring to the people that watch it. It really is awesome. Like I'm a rich man for that. So thank you.
Nick Antonelli said, "Great episode, fellas. Big gold thumbs up. Huge fan of all involved in this episode, but huge thanks to you, Sean, and you, Chris, for doing what you are doing and keeping us fans updated and entertained."
Oh, thanks, dude.
Again, another nice. I did get a kind of a negative comment. I saw it popped up on an older episode, like because people can still comment on the older episodes.
Sure.
Although we're only really referencing the comments from the last episode. Sure. Somebody made a comment about that I should grow facial hair because I look like a middle-aged lesbian. I didn't enjoy that.
I didn't read that one. Where did that show up?
It's on there somewhere.
Really?
Yeah.
I must not be getting all the comments because if I'd have read that, I'd have texted you.
It might have been on one of my other videos. It could have been on Horizontal Grounds. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good one.
Kelsey Solom said, "Do you think Malcolm McDowell could be a possible guest now that Clockwork Orange has been talked about?" I'm going to say probably not. I don't know Malcolm personally, met him several times.
He probably won't. I know him pretty well. He's actually in my kitchen making fajitas right now.
Yeah.
But he won't do it.
He won't do it.
No.
Let's see. Cody Yates, another great episode. I love the get off my lawn stuff. I can so relate. Cody Yates.
Love you, Cody. Thanks.
Bobby Meek says, "Gentlemen, great episode. The smash cut of Beaker popping in when Sir Chris was telling his Oscar win story was one of the funniest edits I've ever seen. Had to pause the show while I finished laughing like a twat. Or a twat, not a twat. A twat." Right question to you both. Bobby's clearly British. Right question for you both. That's probably how he said it. What movie really freaked you out after watching it? For me, it was the dark walk home after seeing Blair Witch Project when it opened here in England many moons ago. Yeah, he is British. Great show as always, guys. Take care. Can't wait for the next one. There's a couple that really freaked me out. Blair Witch being one of them. I got a good Blair Witch story, but you go ahead and tell me yours.
It's so funny about Blair Witch, not to go on a Blair Witch tip. I don't get that movie at all. It didn't. I saw that movie in the theater the weekend it came out. I was in San Francisco working on Bicentennial Man. I think it was Bicentennial Man. Or maybe Sphere. I was doing a movie in San Francisco, and that weekend that came out, and I had heard so much. There was so much hype about that movie, and I was so excited. So I went by myself downtown San Francisco and saw the movie, and I walked out of there going, "You got to be fucking kidding me!" Like, I was so disappointed. I didn't get it at all. Like, I didn't find it scary, interesting.
Well,
I was like, "Really, dude?"
My experience was completely opposite, but here's why. I went to a Fango convention in LA, and somebody gave me a videotape and said, "Dude, you got to see this thing called the Blair Witch Project, dude. It's real." And I'm like, "What?"
It's real.
Now, no, this is before the hype.
Right. That's how they got the hype. That was the thing.
I never heard. Yeah, they were. So somebody gave me a bootleg of it. I went home, watched it by myself in the dark, and it freaked the shit out of me because I thought it was real footage.
Really?
Dude, that movie scared the shit. I was like, "Holy shit." And then when I found out it was all fake, I was like, "Okay, yeah, whatever." But I still think it was fairly effective. But going in with the mindset that this is some weird, like, bootleg video that, it freaked me out.
It didn't occur to you at the end of the movie or even during the movie, who got these tapes and cut it together?
Well, somebody, they said they found the footage. They found their
right, but it was all really, it was cut together, like it was edited.
Yeah, somebody would have taken the footage and put it together to have a
story.
Yeah,
that makes no sense.
I'm one of those guys, though.
You're gullible.
If you're gonna, no, I'm not gullible, but I'm one of those guys. If you're gonna tell me, "Hey, this house is haunted," I want to believe it.
Right, you want it to be haunted.
I'm gonna go in there and hope I see a ghost.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not scared of it, but I'm gonna try to convince myself it's real because I want to be scared. So it just worked. It worked for me.
Got it.
Now, as far as movies that I saw that freaked me out, I remember leaving the theater, Westminster Mall, after seeing Amityville Horror and being totally freaked out. There was a specific thing that happened. We were leaving the theater at like midnight. The mall had been closed for hours. The parking lot, giant mall parking lot's totally empty. And we're walking to our car, which is way in the distance, all by itself, because, we were some of the only people in the theater. It was like me, my two friends, and their mom who had taken us. And all of a sudden, this van barrels by us at full speed, jamming through the parking lot. And at the end of the movie, they're escaping the house in a van. And it was just this weird coincidence that friggin' like, "Oh, shit!" Like the movie was continuing right there in front of me. That freaked me out. I was also extremely freaked out when I got home after seeing Alien, because I was so freaked that something was going to pop out of my chest.
Yeah.
And then I've never been more terrified in my life when I saw Trilogy of Terror.
Right.
The doll.
Yeah. This
guy right here. I mean, that freaked the shit out of me,
Yeah.
Do you have one from a childhood that like
Oh yeah, I have a few. I mean, well, I told the Halloween story. Halloween freaked me out because I saw Halloween when it came out in the theater.
Jaws, obviously. Nobody could go in the water after
Jaws. Yeah. But then I walked home from Halloween for 2 miles through the woods from the theater at night. Freaked me out. Jaws definitely freaked me out. I saw it the summer it came out, in California. That weekend, go to the beach, and it's like, dude, fuck that noise.
All those water movies, Piranha freaked me out.
Yeah, Piranha.
Humanoids from the Deep freaked me out.
Humanoids from the Deep freaked me out. Amityville Horror freaked me out. Alien freaked me out. There's a lot. I mean, back in that time.
Yeah.
You know, that was.
I wish I could get that feeling again.
Oh, me too. Oh, God, yeah. I mean,
know,
The Exorcist freaked me out. You know, The Exorcist freaked me out a lot. Not because of the religious stuff, because I was never religious or anything. Just the fact that, you know, you're like the whole possessed bed thing and getting into you and all that stuff. There's a lot. Yeah. I mean, there's so many back in that time, the 70s. 70s was a big freaked out decade, man. It was creepy on every front and had the best movies. I can't think of anything in a long time that freaked me out, but that's not the question. But yeah, those movies freaked me out.
Richie Drums says, get off my lawn moment is when I see people eating food at the movies. Popcorn and candy is cool, but when you have a steak and sides at the movie, it's just dumb. How can you pay attention to the movie when you're cutting your steak and shoveling mashed potatoes in your mouth? A stupid just eat before or after the film. If somebody brings that kind of shit to the theater, yeah. But if you're at a theater like the one I was talking about earlier where they serve dinner, where you can order a meal, then yeah, that's what you're there for. But I get what you're saying. And usually they bring the food out. You order it before the movie starts. You're getting it like during the credits. I mean, during the trailers. So I'm usually done with my food in the first 10 minutes of the movie, so I can really lock in and focus. But I hear what you're saying.
I'm with him on that though. I mean, but I'm a hypocrite in that I have, you know, Alamo. You can order a pizza and burgers and all that stuff, and I've done it. But I'm with him on this though, kind of, because popcorn, great. Candy, great. I'll even give you a soft pretzel. I started having a hard time when some guy next to me's got a hot dog with ketchup and mustard and relish, and all I smell
and the
onion, and I can't watch the movie because the stench of the food is overpowering it. Like I'm with you on that, man.
Obviously, people chewing with their mouths open, even popcorn. But
when you put the popcorn in your mouth, close your mouth before you should do it. I don't want to hear that. Put it in. Close your mouth.
Here's
chew.
My biggest pet peeve is the people that buy the candy and then they sit there and they're digging it, and you can, but they're digging into the fucking pour the goddamn Sour Patch Kids into your hand and eat them. Don't just keep fishing them out every time.
No.
You know.
I know you're looking for the perfect fucking one.
Yeah.
Just I'm with you on that. And there's your get off your lawn moment.
Get off our lawn. All right. What does the pop say? Says, question is for Chris. Is the Myers Mask dome display new or just the new camera angle? I get you actually answered him on the thing, but go ahead and explain.
It's not new. It's always been on the show. It's just since, well, not the first episode or two, I was in a different room, but since I've moved into this room, it's always been on. It's just been in a different place. Like usually it was back there, but then I like to change it up. If you notice, I change it up a little bit. Hence the Mummy is here now, and that guy's back there, and Myers is here now. Like I just like to change it up, keep it interesting. And also I thought if people are watching this, more than likely they're Halloween fans, and they might like to have Mr. Myers a little closer so they can enjoy the view a little more. So he's always been there. He's just usually behind my giant pink head.
Question for Sean. Could you give us hints on next time you work with Scream/Shout Factory? Love the show. Fun to listen. Watch while I'm doing overnights at work. I have nothing in the works with Scream or Shout Factory. So until they call me and ask me to do something.
I think Shout Factory should have us do some stuff for them.
I even invited them to come on the show as guests, and they did not reply. So I'm guessing too busy.
I guess that's that.
Too busy, maybe. I don't know.
Fine.
Brandon Hendricks. Sean, what's your favorite non-makeup Kiss album? Myself, I'll go with Lick It Up. Well, we'll both answer this because we're both Kiss fans. Do you have a favorite non-makeup album, Chris?
No, I was kind of out of it by then. I'm the makeup guy. I guess Lick It Up. I don't know. Wait, what's the one after that?
Animalize.
Yeah, no. What's the one after that?
Asylum.
Yeah, no. I'm out.
All right. So for me, my favorite non-makeup album would probably be Revenge. It's heavier. I really love Unholy. It's a great song. Domino's a great song. Every time
I was going to ask, is that the one with Domino on it, the ZZ Top ripoff song?
Because it's sort of Lagrange-ish a little bit.
Oh, it's Lagrange-ish. Jeez.
And I think it also has God Gave Rock and Roll to You on it as well. You know, little Bill and Ted's. It's a good album. Good album.
There you go.
But if I had to go, the next one would probably be Lick It Up. I would probably go Lick It Up.
Yeah.
Next.
I'd say Lick It Up for me, only because that's the only one that I really listened to when they took the makeup off, because I was like, oh, look at that. And I was very excited, even though, you know, I prefer the other version. But and then I listened to it, I was like, okay. And then that was it. Then I was definitely out after that.
Steven Binger.
The Bingster.
The Bingster.
He's
so
back.
glad it's hump day. I get to enjoy this badass podcast. So that's how people are going to enjoy their hump day now, is with us.
Thanks, Bing.
Nikolai Berg says, Nikolai Berg, love you guys. Great show. Chris Nelson is a genius. Cheers from Denmark. Denmark. So
wow, Denmark.
So clearly they
Denmark.
have low expectations in Denmark.
Oh, thank you, Denmark. Thank you, buddy. That's awesome.
Hello,
wow.
Cleveland.
Denmark's my people.
Yep. They love those pasty white people in Denmark.
They do, yeah.
Halloween Daily News.
Oh.
Says,
hi.
Love it. I was taking notes. Good stuff. I think.
Yeah, Halloween Daily News.
Matt Art.
Thanks, man. Thanks for checking it out. It's nice to have friends.
Yeah. No, he's a good guy. I like him and his wife.
And
they're good people. See him at the
good
cons.
People. Yeah, they're really good people, and they have a great website. Super cool. So
Bernie Maddow says 2. Well, now 3 of my favorite people in the same place. I guess he meant James Jude Courtney. So he's happy with that last episode, and we'll be happy with this one, because you're going to get a whole bunch of JJC all up in you.
All up in you.
Dr. Wolfenstein. Great episode. How about getting Dick Warlock on here?
That's a second request for Dick.
Yeah. People want more Dick on this show.
People really want Dick on this show.
Yeah. We're good friends. I don't know how computer savvy he or Kat, his wife, are, but I could reach out. And I mean, maybe I will. I'll see if they would like to come on.
Yeah, get some Dick in here, man.
People
want some. People want some Dick up in them. People want some Dick on this show, and if we can get more Dick in here,
a lot. Get some Dick in here.
Some Dick up in here, man. Come on.
Wow, we're getting real inappropriate right now.
That's the point. That was the joke. That's
not that there's anything wrong with that. Brendan Hendricks says, since you mentioned the 2 Times guy from Goodfellas, did you know that he wrote the song Odyssey from Kisses the Elder? Now, I saw this post.
I had no idea.
Dude, I looked it up. The guy has a music video. The actor who was Jimmy 2 Times.
Is it 2 Times?
Get the papers. That guy. That actor wrote the song, the Odyssey, and has his own version and video. It's on YouTube.
No.
It is really bad. Oh. But it blows my mind that Kiss would have heard this song from this guy and said, yeah, we need to redo that. That's
awesome. That is great. I love that story.
Sleep with the Light On says, Sean and Chris, what are your must-watch Halloween-themed movies to watch around Halloween outside of the Halloween franchise? I do have a go-to every year I watch every year.
What is?
Mad Monster Party.
Oh, yeah, you got to have Mad Monster Party. Yeah, it's a list.
A Rankin Bass classic.
Yeah, Mad Monster Party is great. Nightmare Before Christmas, always.
I kind of tend
That's
to
more of a
push that towards
Christmas. Yeah, but I watch them both because I love that movie so much. I watch it once at Halloween, once at Christmas, obviously. Mad Monster Party is a good one.
I try to throw in Trick or Treat, the Michael Dougherty one, with Sam, little Sam.
I do like me Universal stuff, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Creature of the Black Lagoon, Wolfman. Those are always great around Halloween.
Any of those old black and white kind of films are great. Yeah, Halloween type.
Fiend Without a Face and Brain That Wouldn't Die, and so we're in September, around mid-September, all the way through Halloween. I'm watching Halloween horror movie, every night. It's a thing. We already have Halloween decorations up. We've got candy that I'm eating a lot of.
Oh, dude, I've been eating so much candy corn already.
Yeah.
Bad news.
Yeah, I'm a peanut M&Ms guy. Oof.
Oh, I don't even buy those because if I do, they're gone in an hour. Put them in a jar, and they're just gone.
Gone.
Daniel Caruso, he's back.
Hey, fuck you.
Did you like
that was a great
David Caruso from Session 9?
I do.
Thanks for another awesome episode 8. Love you guys. And then he gave the horns. 410 Goodfella says, excellent choice, Sean. Goodfellas is my favorite movie.
Yeah.
Go figure.
I just watched that the other night again.
But damn you guys for ruining David Gordon Green's Halloween trilogy for me with Jimmy's shape thing, huh? Every time I see Myers now, I'm going to be thinking, oh, hey, and God forbid. Hey. In all seriousness, I really look forward to the podcast every week.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Jimmy Shape appreciates it too. Jimmy the Shape.
Stabbed him 2 times. 2 times.
2 times.
Haunted Hobo. Haunted Hobo.
It's a good one.
Great episode. Applause. I love this podcast and I love you guys. Keep it up. Fist pump. What is that? Not fist pump. That's
fist bump.
Fist bump. Fist bump. No, why my mind isn't working on pump and bump.
Well, we've been talking about dick a lot, so pump makes sense.
So much dick in this episode. P.S. Sick Oneaters shirt, Chris.
Yeah.
That Thing You Do is one of my favorite movies. Well, it's funny.
It's The Wonders.
Yeah. Yesterday, this thing right here, when I was talking about going to the antique stores, I went to the Orange Circle where they shot That Thing You Do. So, yeah. I actually ate at. I can't remember if the soda fountain place is in the movie, but they have an old 50s style soda fountain there. I ate there yesterday, and they have That Thing You Do poster in there and everything.
Oh, really?
Although I didn't eat inside. It was outside
that's where
seating.
Lake Erie's own Beatnik. I'm gonna
rewatch it soon to kind of refamiliarize myself.
I know it so well. I could recite it to you right now.
I've seen it like twice. So.
There's a director's cut.
Really?
That is actually, it's longer, it's better. I prefer, I love the original, but or the theatrical version, but there's a director's cut. It's a little longer and it's a little darker. There's a little more storylines, through lines with the Jimmy, who is the songwriter who isn't happy with this journey. It's actually really good. I highly suggest checking out the director's cut if you have.
Okay. I will. Glenn McIntyre said, hey guys, another great episode. Can't wait to see who you'll have on in the future. Have you ever thought of having a Zoom type call with multiple guests? Would love to see the cast of Halloween or Halloween 2 take place. Take care from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia.
Ooh.
That's near where they shot My Bloody Valentine, I think. They shot that in Nova Scotia.
Love me some Canada.
It's really tough, I think, having on more people. Because even when it's just 3 of us, we tend to talk over each other, and it can get a little hectic having more people. I'd rather focus on one person at a time. That's me personal, but.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, but I'm not opposed to it. We could always try it, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But thanks, Glenn, from Canada, eh? I love you guys, eh?
Yeah. That's what it's about.
Love me some Molson Triple X, eh?
Johnny Edwards says this is a great show. It also goes great with pizza, sub, and a Coca-Cola beverage.
Damn right. You know what?
What?
I'm a little thirsty.
Really? This is good. I almost dropped it. That would have been a massive fail. I would have totally kept in if you dropped it right in his lap.
Thank you, my lovely assistant.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vanna White.
Vanna White, everyone.
Brandon Gregory said, I'm assuming there is a rational explanation for it. Maybe the beginning was shot after the interview, but it's strange how the Okay, he's asking about the mask switch. Yeah, we already got through that.
What is everybody's conspiracy with the mask?
The mask moved.
That's just threw everybody off.
I'm hoping I'm going to get a bunch of people going, what happened to the hostess Twinkie lamp? That ain't going to happen.
That ain't gonna, nobody cares.
Yeah. John Freeman said, this show rocks two metal horns. My big crush was Tanya Roberts.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, Beastmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, or even Sheena. Or Tourist Trap.
Mm.
Good stuff. GNJK. Thanks, that hour flew by. Not sure if you know, but this video was in standard def 480p and they used to be in 720p. I don't know what happened with that. I have no idea why that happened on that. And it's going to be that way probably for the James Jude Courtney interview.
Is it because we switched? Remember you switched we went from...
No, but I don't know. Because we've
done
other
setting?
We've done other intros. We've done other intros that were fine. I noticed it too. It looked weird. I have no idea. I looked into it. I talked to my buddy Lawton about it, trying to figure it out. I'm really curious to see how this one records. Like right now it looks great, but if it records in lower resolution, I'm not going to be happy. So trying to
Sorry about that. We'll figure it out. Sorry, everybody.
We're kind of at the mercy of Zoom.
Yeah. This is not what we do for a living. So
yeah, this isn't.
If someone out there wants to sponsor us or something, so we get this shit right, feel free to do so. But until then, you're stuck with what we got.
Yeah. You're definitely getting what you paid for. Christopher Bell said, Tommy Lee Wallace, Tom Atkins, and John Carpenter are the three guests I'd most like to see. Boy, all three of those again.
Oh.
And I'm sure you'll have two of them before too long. If you ever get Carpenter, that alone will make your views and subscribers go through the roof.
I could try.
Yeah, just don't tell him that I'm on the show with you.
No.
He's tired of me interviewing him.
Oh, really?
Dude, I've done like every one of his Blu-rays. It's like,
I know, but this is different.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to let him know that this isn't really an interview. It's more of a just talking.
Hangout.
We can talk about video games, weed, and basketball.
Yeah. I'm kind of want to do it. So let's give it a shot.
Okay, yeah. For once, get us a guest, Chris.
Okay.
Brandon Hendricks said, I think the Rasputin joke is supposed to be a reference to the fact Rasputin was Russia's greatest love machine, or so the Bony M song says. So big head, little head, two heads, get it? I'm sure you've got six-pack abs from laughing so hard. That's the best I can come up with in regards to that joke. Remember the person that said,
yeah,
I still don't get it. Even reading
I
that.
I get it.
I don't get it, nor do I.
I thought we covered this in the last one, didn't we?
No, I just read her comment that I didn't get the joke.
Oh, right.
That you didn't really get it either. This person's trying to explain it for us.
I get it. I know what they're saying.
I don't get it.
Two heads, thing with two heads, love it. Yeah.
Rasputin? I don't get the Rasputin reference. I still don't get it.
Dan.
Even though he's trying to explain it to me.
Let's talk about the Odyssey then.
I don't have the brain capacity to care enough to try to figure it out.
Understood.
I only got so much in here I can use to try to read, let alone, King Henry VR4. I can get that their English is so good comment because of their thick accents that could probably be hard to understand what they are saying. He's talking in reference to my friend's wife saying about the Irish people's English was so good.
Oh, right, on the plane or something.
Trust me, she didn't mean their accents were thick. She meant exactly what she said. So if you knew her, you would go, oh, yeah.
Oh, Okay.
Yeah. I sometimes forget to breathe.
I forget to breathe.
I love that. Upson Pratt Jr. said is the guy on the left from It and License to Drive.
What's that mean?
Richard Masur.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in both of those movies.
That's right.
And he's wearing his own shirt.
That's right. Yes, it's me.
Thing.
It's Richard Mazer.
Masur.
Yes, that's me. Although I did shave my beard down a lot. See, I got rid of it was big. I don't know, hour and a half, maybe. The hell are you looking at me like that for? You're welcome.
Mixie Horror and Pop Culture said, super awesome episode. Pumpkin and a knife.
Sweet.
Jordan Ellis says, love you guys. That's it.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan.
Colin Murdy.
Hi, Colin.
That's me Lucky Charms, my guy.
Ooh. Oh, is it?
He says,
hello, Colin. How are you, lad?
Hello, Colin Murdy.
Oh, hello.
You do a better Irishman than I do.
Oh, hello, Colin. How are you, lad? Let's hear what
Colin
has to say. Oh, I just went to Scotland. Sorry.
The Shiver Me Timbers. I'm not gonna
Shiver Me Timbers. Ahoy, matey. Yeah. Isn't that one you threw out?
I said Shiver Me Timbers.
Top of the morning to you.
Hey, guys. Just be careful. He said, just be careful about messing with the Irish, or I will send Connell Cochran and his black-suited posse around to your houses to sort you both out. Just remember, I may be over here in Belfast, but my connections are far and wide, especially in Santa Mira. I have to say that segment between you guys regarding my comment cracked me and my girlfriend up. Seriously, though, guys, I'm absolutely loving your show and can't wait for every Wednesday to come around again and see the next installment. Gives a 46-year-old overgrown kid something to look forward to each week. Stay safe and watch out for those feisty leprechauns.
Oh, thanks,
I'm so
Colin.
glad you have a sense of humor, lad.
Oh, he's gonna definitely tune out. Well, thank you, Colin. We appreciate it. It all comes from a good place.
Savage One says, "Okay, show, just don't be so dull. Take care."
Oh,
I don't think you're all that savage. To be honest with you, what do you think of that?
Yeah, man.
Savage said, "Okay, just okay,
show.
Don't be
just
so
don't
dull."
be so dull.
Okay.
You know what? Dull is our thing.
Oh yeah.
All right. So
That's right.
And then our boy Doc.
That's how we dull it out.
Yeah, that's how we dull, bro. Dr. Wolfenstein had our back though, and he said, "Lighten up, Francis."
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Just a little Stripes reference.
Yeah.
That's nice. Thanks. Well, you know what? If we're dull, then don't tune in, man. Like, don't watch it.
Hey, we're not for everybody.
Not for everybody.
I mean, I'm sorry you think we're dull. And
I'm still. There's two ways I can.
I really think that that's in reference to you, and not so much me. But
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. But there's two ways you can look at this. You can go, well, hey man, whatever, dude, or you can go, fuck you, man. I'm just gonna lean towards. All right.
Oh no!
Fuck you, man. And don't watch. Go watch someone else. Yeah. Go to Pornhub or wherever the fuck you're jerking off online. Sorry, that was too far.
Yeah, you really did. You just really did a 180 there. It's like, hey man, fuck you.
I'm a little manic that way.
Whatever.
Whatever,
hey, if that's the kind of worse comment, that and me looking like a lesbian. Yeah. If that's as bad as it can get,
exactly.
I mean, something tells me it's going to get worse at some point. The more people that watch, the more bad comments we're going to get. Sure. But just know that we don't give a fuck. We really don't. We really don't. I mean, reading shitty comments doesn't make me feel bad. It doesn't do anything for me. It gives us a little bit of material to talk about because it's kind of funny. Mm-hmm. But the good comments mean something, Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to post shitty comments, have at it. It isn't gonna, it isn't gonna really.
I'll give it a thumbs up and walk away. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, it isn't going to change our lives at all. So.
No. Hey, Sean, I have a question. Did we get something in the mail?
We did. So let's start with the first thing here. Is from Mike Johnson. You know, the Olympic athlete.
The Olympic athlete that we referred to in the last episode.
Got a FedEx package here.
FedEx package from Mike Johnson. This is exciting.
Got a letter.
Here we go.
Sean doesn't address you. He just addresses me. Sean, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm loving the podcast. And you and Christopher, you got mentioned, have a hell of a show. I know you mentioned you and Nay are true crime fans. That's my lovely fiance, Nay. Enclosed, you will find a piece of siding from Ted Bundy's notorious apartment at 565 First Avenue in Salt Lake City.
What?
It's almost like a crime lab, like hefty bag seal.
Yeah.
So it's a
wow.
Yeah. So he says this is 100% authentic and was collected in 2018. I also wanted to drop a shorned Sean Garbage Pail Kid in your honor. Looking forward to more shows and guests. Keep it going, brother. And he added 2 Garbage Pail Kid shorned Sean stickers.
Nice.
And there ain't nothing in there for you.
No. See? What did I tell everybody? What did I say? And everyone gives me a hard time going, nobody ever gives me free shit. Finally, someone sends free shit. I don't get anything out of it. I don't even get a sticker. And the sticker's named Sean.
Maybe he didn't have any Chris's. If he had a Chris sticker, he probably would have sent
I don't care. I'd take a Sean sticker.
Well, he gave me 2. You want a Sean sticker?
No, I don't. No. I see. You get the fucking serial killer piece of house, and I get Bupkis.
I mean, I think it's more for Nay than me. She's really the big.
Oh, okay. So someone who's not even on the show gets something, and you get something, and I still don't get anything. That's okay. I'm going to take the high road here. You got a piece of a serial killer's house. Jesus. That's a pretty sweet gift, though.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
We did get, there is another package.
I don't even rate a fucking Garbage Pail Kid sticker. I don't even rate that much.
I'm going to cover the address, but this actually has your name on it this time.
Oh, okay. What did I get?
Kyle Morris from Boise, Idaho.
Ah, thanks, Kyle.
Let's see
what
what
it is first. Killing me with the suspense.
There's something wrapped in this. There's a couple. Well, there's some stickers. Boy,
looks like poop wrap.
There's. Looks like a Leatherface.
Oh.
Is that? Oh, it's a chainsaw, but is it supposed to be the shape of a state? I don't know.
It looks cool.
It's a sticker, and then there's another one. This guy, similar thing.
Oh, cool. I bet you Kyle designed those, I'm guessing. Is there a letter with it?
Are these the shape of a state? Is this Idaho maybe? I don't know. He sent us each.
We're going to offend him so bad.
I don't know.
Awesome. We got stickers. Thanks, dude. Thanks, Kyle.
There's a letter. And then I'll see what letter.
This is our first
rather large.
Oh, awesome. Thanks.
The thing
Kyle.
with 2 heads. I made these during the pandemic. 2 Jason masks and an eyeball magnet for each of you. Ooh. Keep up the great work. P.S. Not that you need a sticker the shape of Idaho.
You called it.
But I made these 4 years ago and just found a few as well. Best wishes, Kyle Morris.
Thanks, Kyle. Wow.
These are apparently magnets. Let's see.
Let's see them.
He sent us 2 weird eyeball magnets.
Very cool, Kyle.
He sent us 4 Jason magnets.
Oh, cool.
So thanks, we got magnets. We got stickers. Yeah, we appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks, Kyle. Wow. Finally, some stuff. I'm very excited and cool stuff. And those are going on my fridge. And the sticker's going to go, I think I'll put the sticker maybe on my computer, maybe my makeup kit.
I think that's about it for now. And we're ready to jump into part 2 of JJC, James Jude Courtney.
Let's bring him in. Let's do it.
Going to show some more of that gun show. And get ready. Get ready to have some more shape all up in you.
Thank you, everybody. Here's some shape in you.
Kaylee Dixon would like to know, how did it feel to bring back the shape to the 2018 sequel? Did you at that point really know the importance of it, or did you not learn until as you grew into this world and met the fans and saw how big it really was, then did you fully appreciate it?
In all fairness, all right, the how does it feel question. I mean, how does it feel to have sex? You know what I mean? Like, you can't explain it. You can't really put it in words.
I can.
You know, I'm not going to comment on that, buddy. I mean, it's, you know, there's, again, doing the work, I'm in mission mode. You know, as soon as I locked in, man, I crosshaired, you know, got my mark, and that's what I went for. Didn't think about it. Yeah, Sean, you're right. You know, going to the cons and seeing the joy. Okay, so that would be something that I wasn't prepared for, that I didn't really think about, that I had no awareness of. Mm-hmm. Back in the day when I did Buffy, the Vampire Slayer, I had been offered to do a con or two, and I was working a bunch. I didn't really get it, and I was like, no, I'm not interested. And I had no concept of the feeling of how much joy and happiness and fulfillment I would get by meeting the fans and by being a part of this world. I had no concept of that. I didn't, and you know, and I still don't think of myself as being anything iconic. I mean, I got to play an iconic character, but that James Jude Courtney, get to sit down or walk through a con, or, you know, get to meet people that are really special and beautiful, and to see the joy in their faces, and to meet kids, and, you know, everything from plumbers to oncologists to cops and firefighters, and, you know, I mean, every size, shape, sexual orientation, race, religion, and it's all the same. Like, it's all the same. And so to answer that question, it feels freaking great, man. It feels awesome.
It's kind of like when someone asked Paul Stanley, "What's it like to be rich?"
Well, I'll tell you. Anyway,
and he said, "It
that's how he
feels
answers.
fucking great."
Here's one that's just a total softball out of left field. Joshua Sandlin, he'd like to hear about your time as a tour guide at Universal and all the injuries you sustained portraying Conan in the live show. Also, he'd like to know a little bit about your martial arts background, and if he could step into the octagon, who would he want to fight?
Okay, I'll answer that last question first. Sean Clark.
That would be a very quick fight. That'd be a very quick fight, my friend.
Boom.
Although I hope you got good cardio, because I would be running away from you the whole time. I'd just be running around that octagon. I don't need another Michael Myers wanting to fight me. Jesus Christ already.
We already covered that in Kansas City, didn't we?
Oh, we do have to get into that talk, because people want to know about the Kansas City incident, the infamous James is getting angry incident. We'll get back to that. Keep going on this.
Okay. Well, man, being a tour guide at Universal was awesome, especially because when we got auditioned and hundreds and hundreds of people auditioned and only like 12 people got hired. They hired me, then you go through this intense orientation period where you have to memorize everything about every movie made and at Universal, and you have to memorize the back lot, and you have to know what was shot and what soundstage. Again, you know, when I was a kid, we watched all the Universal horror films. You know, my dad would just sit with his big long arms, you know, around all his kids, and we'd sit and watch these great old horror films. And so for me, it was super exciting to be in a place where I really, really identified with the films that were made there. And it was also my opportunity to sort of geek out, because I could just, you know, you sit on a tram, and if you're caught in traffic, then you had to entertain people for 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes, aside from just doing, you know, the normal, like, yeah, and here you see on your left and here you see on your right. It helped me, like, I did my first headshots on the back lot. I used to hang out on the back lot. And it was really kind of special to me doing Halloween 2018, that in a way I was going back to Universal, which is the very first place I worked. Then, you know, I waited on tables for like a year or two, and bartended, did a little security work. And then I got cast in Conan. And Conan, The Adventures of Conan was amazing. Just to be clear, I didn't play Conan in it. I played two roles. First, I started out as Kobad Shah, the double swordsman. So I did a lot of, you know, fancy sword work with these pretty heavy broadswords. And then I played Taurus Mordor, who was the evil wizard bad guy who fought with a very long sort of a claymore sword and did a 20-foot high fall into a flaming pit. Man, it was a show that would not be able to be run today. We had thousands of stitches, bunches of broken bones and concussions. In fact, the doctor that we had on call, which was about 5 minutes away from the studio, was a medical doctor who was a plastic surgeon and a chiropractor, because somewhere when we got injured, we're going to fit into one of those categories. And I've got stitches on my face. I can't even remember where they are. I mean, I have some, scars on my face anyhow, but
I know where they're at.
I can't even remember where they came from. So it was fun. Lots of stitches. I had a few concussions, getting hit in the side of the head with a broadsword with a guy who's doing, 13 ounces of steroids every day is not always fun, but it was a blast. It was a total blast.
Oh, speaking of which, I've never asked you this question, and if you don't feel comfortable answering it, you don't have to. But I've had lots of people ask me, and I don't know the answer to it. The bump on your head.
Yeah.
What is that from?
Okay, no, it's crazy, man. I mean, as many times I've been kicked in the head, swords to the head. I've ridden the motorcycle, laid it down, hit my head on the concrete with no helmet on. Rounds and rounds of boxing, from, the martial arts and in and out of all these different arts I studied. And, I was babysitting my nephew, Jack, who was about 4 years old. And I was getting him ready for bed. And as I put down his pajama bottoms for him to get in, he decided he wanted to jump into them. So he jumps up, hits me in the head. We both went, ooh, and I was not going to cry, but I wanted to. And he was not going to cry if I didn't cry. So we sat there looking at each other for like 30 seconds going, This thing came up, and I just, I could have it surgically removed. It's just scar tissue.
So you got that from a little kid?
Yep, 4-year-old kid.
All these cool stories that it's some little kid head-butted you.
Right?
Some little kid while you're trying to get him in his jammies.
He took me out, man. He took me out.
You need to embellish on that story. You need to, I was in the octagon with Tito Ortiz, and he went down a illegal elbow right into the head, and anyway.
No, yeah. Man, I like the jammies. I like the little kid jammies.
It is a better story. What was the other part of the question? Your martial arts background. Yeah.
Well, so that was, honestly, man, and I think these are the things that formed me. I was a small kid. I was the smallest kid on my 10th grade football team. About 7th grade, I was being picked on. I thought differently. Now I know that I was just a nerd. Thinking differently, having a big target on my back, being picked on. All I wanted to do was be left alone. I just wanted people to leave me the fuck alone. I could get through my day and, but what I didn't realize then and I know now is wanting to be left alone just puts spotlights on your target. It makes people want to fuck with you more. So I went looking for Kwai Chung Kane, but what I saw were a bunch of kind of dickhead martial arts instructors. I did find one though at the Y, a guy named Jay Reardon, who was a boxer in the 56 Olympics. And he had combined American boxing, judo, savate, and jiu-jitsu. So it was kind of like the first MMA in a way. It was a very practical approach to self-defense. So I did that. And then in college, I got to work out a bit with one of the trainers on the 76 Olympic team. My sparring partner, Abby Bray, ended up getting picked up by Joe Frazier. Abby was a super heavyweight. He weighed 280. I weighed 180. And the dude had a punch too, man. So but it was all about learning and growing. And then when I got to California, so many of my friends are national champion, world champion fighters. So working out with guys like Mike Gunther and Mark Masner and, a whole bunch of guys that I got to work with and be friends with. And I studied for many years a combination of Kali and Aikido with first Jun Mateo Sensei, then Miguel Rosell Sensei. And they were sponges. They brought in information from all different art forms and schools. It's been piecemeal, 2 years here, 8 years there, 5 years here. I wouldn't consider myself a martial artist. To me, a martial artist is someone who's practicing on a daily, weekly basis. I wouldn't call myself a musician. I play, but unless I'm getting up on a stage and really hitting it, I'm a guy who plays a little music. I'm a guy who's done some martial arts. But those arts that I've done have informed me. And I would say that doing Aikido, adding Aikido, which I think Aikido is a beautiful art. If you have no other martial arts in your bag of tricks, it's not very useful. But if you have other arts in your bag of tricks, the things you learn in Aikido in terms of harmonizing and blending and movement are really, really powerful. And Aikido is one of the things that has, I think, affected the character that I played, in 2018 and in Halloween Kills. For some reason, the universe deemed that I was going to pick up little skills here and there that were going to someday amount to something in terms of a character or a script, and I think this came together for me when I played Michael Myers.
Actually, let me backtrack that. Bob asked 2 questions, so I'll ask it for Chris, and then we'll go to Bob, then we'll go to Chris. All right. No, we'll go to Chris, then we'll go to Bob. I'm gonna keep mixing up. Christopher David Chaswick would like to know if you recall how many times it took to get the one-take tracking shot into the garage and house.
I do recall. We rehearsed that an entire day, and we went into it the day of shooting. David and those guys anticipating that we were going to have to stitch it together with CGI, even though we were going to run a full hit out every single time. We took 9 takes, and it was a very difficult thing to do because, ordinarily when you're working, you put marks down. You put marks down on the ground. You have a little X here. You got various points of reference. So if you have a lot of movement, you're hitting marks and hit this mark, then you hit that mark. Well, because it was such a long tracking shot, we couldn't put any marks down. And so Stewie, the Steadicam operator, and I mean, he's a really good athlete. He's a college soccer player, and we developed that, what you guys know. I mean, we developed that really beautiful athletic timing that happens when you play ball with somebody. Even if you're playing pickup ball. You play with a guy long enough, in the past because he's going to be there. You know what I mean? You don't need to look. It's boom, and you got it done. You know what I mean? And so we worked it and worked it and worked it. And when we finally nailed it, David Green came running across the frickin' set. And he goes, "We fucking did it!" And he just bear hugged me, man. And, David's about half my size. He just almost picked me up and just grabbed me and squeezed me. He's like, "We got it. We nailed it." And Stewie and I knew we nailed it. It was a Zen moment. It was like a Zen process, that entire tracking shot. We actually nailed it twice. 7th take, I think, and the 9th take.
So how many cuts are actually in that shot?
There's one cut in that shot. You walk
behind the house,
bump into the kids, you walk down the driveway, you get the hammer, and then and you turn, there's a cut. Then we take you from, thank you.
Personal assistance.
Thank you.
Chris Nelson never goes anywhere without a personal assistant.
Lovely assistant. No, you walk down the driveway, you pick up the hammer, cut.
Right.
Then then the camera picks you up from inside the house. As you turn, you walk in the house into and then the rest is all one. So there's only one cut in the whole thing.
Yeah. Thank you for that correction. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it was, and it was really tight in there. Everything was really.
And there wasn't supposed to be that cut. Only reason why it ended up being one cut was that transition, because we did do a couple with you walking hammer. It took too long to get you across that backyard up into that thing with all the gear and into the kitchen. There had to be. That was the only part that was boom, but the rest of it is all one. It's pretty much all one.
Chris, I thought you said the reason the cut was because that is, James can only have the mask on so long and he needs the breaks. Remember you were saying how he has to have his water that get brought to him.
It's not water. It's like a green.
It's in his rider. It's in his rider. He gets
it's in his rider.
Cucumber rose water.
Cucumber rose water. That's what it is.
Yeah. And only yellow M&Ms. That's right.
That's right. It's the CRW. He would take the mask off. Where's my CRW? Let's go. And he'd snap his fingers. He'd snap at you people. He was just snapping.
No, it's funny though. When it was time to get that mask off, man. I mean, I'd find Chris in a sea of 100 people. Man,
yeah. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite moments of the day is when Jim goes through a big long. He does a whole thing, and then they'll go and cut, and Jim will go. And in the Michael Myers mask, having Michael Myers go like this over a sea of crew going like this, looking for you. He's just doing that, and I'm like running in, pull it off. But it's always very amusing to see Michael Myers be so serious, and then he just goes. It's so great.
But when you have a support system, when you have special effects makeup there and wardrobe there and a production assistant there, making sure that you have what you need, so you don't need to think about anything except the mission at hand. Each department was really, really good at is creating the environment so that we could just do what we did and do it to the best of our ability.
Well, the goal is to stay out of your way.
Yeah.
And to not be noticeable. That's, you run in, you take the mask off, you disappear. So Jim can go and talk to the director and go and deal with the steps that he needs to do. Because that's the other thing people don't realize that he does as well, is there are a lot of makeup effects in these movies and beats and things to hit with a mask on and a pad on or this on, and then you got to hit that. And makeup effects are a very sometimes complicated choreographed thing that he has to be aware of. That's the other thing I got to give Jim credit for if it's going to be a love fest, is that Jim's really good at, like, if you go, you have the wardrobe going, you can't do this because if you do this, then the collar will do the blah, blah, blah. And then the lighting guy's going, don't pass on here. You have to come on this side of the light. And then I'm going, Jim, make sure you keep your chin down. And by the way, when you do this thing with the gag, make sure that you don't do this. Otherwise, this will fall off and the blood pump won't work. So watch this tube down here. So be careful of this tube. Don't step on that when you come into the room. And then the actor's going, well, I have to come over this way first and be in this position before you don't step on the tube and mess with your collar and walk in front of this. Like there's a lot of shit going on for him. And it's like everyone's throwing direction at him, including obviously David and stuff. So there's a lot to choreograph and take in and all these things that he's doing. And never once have you ever blown a gasket or got impatient, or you're always listening to everybody and going,
Kansas City.
Boom. Yeah. Kansas City. All right. Are we talking about Kansas City now?
I thought we'd save
Enough
that for
with
last.
the love fest. Enough with the love fest with you. And how amazing you are.
I thought we'd save Kansas City for last. All right. So one more question. Bob Hood would like to know, what did you think of when Sartain put on the mask, like that whole scene? What was your thoughts or feelings on that scene?
Oh,
that's a very divisive subject amongst Halloween fans. I myself hated it.
Yeah.
And also, I have to throw this in here, as he said, shout out to Sean and Christopher for a great show you guys are putting on. Thank you, Bob Hood.
Thanks, Bob.
You hated it. Wait, first, I want to know, Chris, what did you think of that?
Of the Sartain thing?
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. I think we shot. There's more to it than what ended up in the movie. There's a little more to it, and I think it got cut out or cut around or something. There was some issues or whatever, and it didn't play, I think, the way it could have or should have. I didn't think it was so bad, but I could see how you would be like, what? Because it's so kind of out of nowhere. I think it had everything to do with, there's another layer to that character that didn't rise to the surface in the way the movie ended up.
Can you expand on what that is? It don't matter. It's no spoiler now.
I think there was slowly little nuggets of things that told you that he was kind of little nutty and
cosplayer. Closet cosplayer.
Yeah, closet cosplayer. It needed to be established earlier in the film by the time that happens, and I think there were ways to do that. I think you could have gotten rid of it. I think what really bothers people the most is the fact that somebody else has that mask on and no one's ever else had that mask on. I think that's what people are really bitching about. I don't think it has anything to do with the plot line or that.
Me as a fan, I just felt that him putting the mask on was silly. Like you could have achieved that scene and he could have done what he did without ever putting the mask on.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my issue with it. It seemed silly. It just seemed like, why is he putting the mask on? Makes no sense.
It just seems out of nowhere. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
So, okay, yeah. So let's talk about Kansas City. No, this is just something. This is something Chris and I referenced in an episode, and then people just kept asking about because I made a joke about.
And it was such a tiny reference. It wasn't even. It was like
the James got aggressive.
It was a passing comment, and so now people are like, "What? Wait a minute!
What did he do? What did he do? Why are all the Michael Myers guys getting angry with you? What's going on, dude?"
Why does everyone hate Sean?
Basically what happened was we were having a great time. We're in Kansas City. We're at Crypticon. We're at the nicest hotel in the town, and that's no joke.
Which got condemned.
Which literally closed down the next day. The next day it closed permanently.
Condemned.
I have never been in a hotel until then where I was afraid to walk without my shoes on.
Yeah, it was that bad. It was crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
I remember the moment I got into my room, I went, well, I know I'll be spending most of my time down at the bar because I'm certainly not going to be sitting in this fucking room.
I remember we got in the room and Nay immediately pointed on the curtains. I think there's blood on the curtains.
There was blood on my curtains. I was like, I think we talked about that. I was like, dude, is there blood in your curtains? Because I'm pretty sure there is on mine.
Yeah.
St. Joseph. It was outside Kansas City.
Yeah. No, this ain't Kansas City. This is a little tiny, small town. Cool little town.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely has a vibe there, a very methy vibe. If you walk the streets at night or even during the day. I think it was Saturday night, and we were in the bar till it closed, and then they actually put us in a back room because the bar had closed, and we had our own little private room where we saw some weird shit go down, which we won't talk about.
Wasn't it part of the fucking convention? They did a private, VIP drinky thing in some back room of that hotel or something?
That was just for us. That was
was it?
No, I think
it was their version of their celebrities in the place.
It was their version of the celebrity green room. Yeah. But
celebrity fishbowl.
God bless them.
Yeah. But we're in there drinking and basically I don't remember how late it was, 2 a.m. I'm not really a drinker, and they got me shit-faced, really bad. I think you guys got me really drunk the first night. Yes. And then Saturday night, you guys were drinking and I wasn't, or at least maybe not as much. But I remember we were all tired and we're like, okay, let's go to bed. And James is like, nah, man, let's have another drink. And we were outside. We were in the parking lot. And then James is like, let's go in and have another drink. And we're like, oh, we're going to go to bed. And he's like, no, man. And he grabbed me by the shoulder. I remember he grabbed me and he went, no, man, let's have another drink, like that. And I'm like, whoa, dude, you got getting aggressive with me. Because I know he didn't mean it. He had a few. He grabbed me really, really aggressively and grabbed me no, we're having another drink. And I'm like, calm down there, shapey shape. Calm down. And then the next day,
he scared you.
Yeah.
He scared
the next
you.
day when I told him about it, he's like, "No, I didn't." I'm like, "Yeah, you kind of did." And like, "No, I didn't." Chris is going, "Yeah,
you kind of did." Because I was outside smoking.
Yeah.
Don't smoke. Nobody smokes.
You got to remember, though, in my defense,
you both were
brothers, right? I mean, you learn to rule with by force when you have 6 younger brothers. So, you're my brother, Sean.
It was very Big Brother-esque. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, no,
but it was like he wasn't fucking around. No, and I think it carried on because wasn't that part of the whole thing? We were in there with the acrobat people, and there was a whole thing.
This was after the acrobat people.
Okay, I don't know. That whole weekend was a blur, man. It was a.
Oh yeah. I remember after that Thursday. So I wake up at 11:30 in the morning, and I'm like hungover, and I'm like, oh, I need a greasy burger. I walk around the corner to the greasy burger place, and I walk in, and there's Chris at the bar like this.
I was so hurt.
I was like,
I remember that. I saw you, and I just went, fuck, because I was so hungover, and I just needed, like you said, a greasy burger. Yep. And all I kept thinking was, God, I hope nobody walks in and catches me like this, in this shape. Like I was worried that I just don't want anyone to see me like this because I was in bad shape. And then you walk in, and I'm like, oh no! But we had a nice lunch, and we both lamented the fact of being so hungover and stuff. And that was a great. I gotta say, for as shitty as the hotel was, it was a weekend for the record books for me, man. Because
that was fun.
I drank way too much, and a lot of it was a blur. But I will say it established some relationships, and we had some fun, and we really enjoyed the fans, and it was one of those moments where you made the best of it, and we had a great time and laughed a lot. I remember Sean came up to me after, was it the first night when we got you drunk. We got Sean really drunk.
Yeah. And
Sean has some drinks, but he's not a drinker. Like he admitted, he's not a drinker.
No.
And we got him plastered.
Because you guys just kept handing them to me. You're like, here, have one more, dude. One more. I'm like,
And the next day, Sean walked up to my table and he goes, dude, I feel really shitty. And I have to run around and deal with all this shit, man. And I feel awful. And I don't know how I'm going to. And you did it anyway, man. You just ran around and you did your thing without missing a note. It was great.
I felt so sick. That was not a good day.
We had a good time that weekend.
Yeah, man. It's fun.
What else would you like to say to your fans and people out there, James, before we tie this up? What's your leaving message at the moment?
I would say take this time that we don't get to do the things we want to do to appreciate what we have, to appreciate the people in our lives. In this moment, I'm appreciating my two good friends, Sean Clark and Chris Nelson, and the times we've had together, and we haven't had the opportunity to spend time together, but we're doing it this way right now. So I would say to everybody out there, like, man, look at your family and your friends, and whatever gifts you have, and the challenges are challenges, man. We're always going to be challenged. We're all, whether it's money or relationships or work or whatever. But at the end of the day, we're very lucky to be here. And gratitude attitude, I have found, always brings more to be grateful for. It compounds the good things that happen to us. So I would say for all of us, it's an opportunity to express a gratitude attitude, and we're going to get through this, man. So why don't we get through it healthier, stronger, happier, so that when we can get back out into the world, we have more to bring to the world. We have more to offer our friends and family and community and our business, partners. So, don't be a douche.
Of his very long explanation of how he became the shape, or how he gets into the mindset, or the Zen place, or the aura, or the
that's right.
Whatever, I don't know what he does.
You're gonna get into the soul of Jimmy the Shape.
You're gonna meld minds with James Jude Courtney.
JJC.
You're gonna get all JJC'd up. Yeah. You're gonna get so much JJC in you. You're going to have to take a bath after this.
You're going to have to take a bath and you're about to get it right now.
Want a personal shout out from the Shape himself? Or maybe surprise a fan with a happy birthday greeting from Michael Myers? Well, you can right now on Cameo. Download the Cameo app today on your phone to get more info.
I really love doing the Cameo because you feel like you're really having a personal some kind of personal connection with somebody, just like you get to do at the cons. And since we're not getting to do the cons right now, I'm really glad to be doing Cameo. It's a lot of fun. And
what is Cameo? I don't even know what that is.
We don't have time for this.
All right, then.